What's up, hungry people? Today we're getting our swim on at Discovery Cove. What's up, hungry people? A few months ago, I hopped on a plane and joined my travel bestie Carly for yet another adventure to Universal Studios and its surrounding resorts. If you want to check out more of the foods we ate and the places we stayed on our last trip, be sure to click those pop-ups and save to watch later. On this trip, however, we decided to try something a little different. Discovery Cove is a slice of heaven on earth if you are an avid aquarist such as myself. And thanks to Carly's expert travel planning, we snagged an all-inclusive package, which meant that breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks were included in our stay. It really feels like you are at the beach when you claim your seats, and the white sand and turquoise water really help to sell the fact that you are somewhere exotic. Because we got there before the park officially opened, we started our morning at the Laguna Grill. It's a good idea to load up on protein and carbs first thing. If you arrive early before the park opens, you'll have plenty of time to eat and digest before you hop in any pools. Plus, you are going to be doing a lot of swimming, so the more food fuel you have to burn, the better time you'll have. After breakfast, we encountered a parade of flamingos heading to their enclosure for the day. Then, we went to say good morning to the friends we plan to swim with later on. One of the perks of Discovery Cove is that you can customize your day, and there are plenty of different activities to choose from. Our first stop of the day was the aviary, where we got to hand feed birds of all shapes and sizes. Pro tip: visit the aviary early on in the day when the birds are the most hungry and you aren't worn out from swimming. After the aviary was our first real adventure of the day. The SeaVenture is an underwater experience where you get to walk along the bottom of the sea with a specialized helmet to keep you weighted down. So we popped on our wetsuits and headed over to the dive zone, ready for our aquatic encounter. While a crane is used to place the helmet on your head, once you are in the water, the helmet is practically weightless. It encloses your head completely while providing fresh air connected to tanks at the surface. You'll be greeted underwater by your guide, who will help you along the way, letting you hold little critters and giving cool sea facts as you hop across the bottom of the reef. And once you are underwater and all you can hear is the quiet hiss of the air tanks, that's when the real tranquility kicks in. The SeaVenture experience was honestly one of the coolest things I've ever done. I love keeping aquariums at home, so it kind of felt like I got to be inside one of my own aquariums, except for on a much bigger scale, which was so cool and definitely made me feel like I was a mermaid under the sea. At the end of the SeaVenture, you are treated to a feeding frenzy. And if you are lucky, you might even get a confused Ray trying to snack on your GoPro. got to see the shark rays, who just so happened to be directly in our path to get out. This was truly an awesome experience. After our exciting morning, we decided to get a little lazy in the lazy river, which isn't really that lazy because it flows pretty aggressively around the park, but has exit points to all of the attractions. At this point, we had worked up quite a thirst, and one of the many bonuses of getting an all-inclusive package are the drinks that come with it. So we kicked off the late morning with a couple of alcoholic beverages and a few snacks to tide us over. Get it? Tide us over? Like the tide? Never mind. There are plenty of snacking options available throughout the day, and despite that huge breakfast, we were definitely hungry by mid-morning. Once we had refueled, we decided to dip our toes in the pool. Though we were not alone. In fact, we weren't in a pool at all. The Grand Reef is an open swim area where you can get up close and personal to real reef fish, stingrays, and more. While the water is deep here, at least 10 to 15 feet or more from my estimation, you aren't going to sink in salt water. Plus, your suit and life vest help to keep you buoyant. Swimming amongst the rays, you almost forget that you are at a tourist attraction and not on an actual reef. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be an underwater filmographer of all things, so this experience was truly a dream come true for my inner child. The Grand Reef wasn't too crowded when we went, but it's more the rays you have to worry about crowding your space than actual people. Here's a pro tip. If you want to swim with the sharks, but don't actually want to get up close and personal, you can find a glass wall to the shark tank on the back side of the Grand Reef. You can spend as much time here as you want. But be warned, the longer you stay, the more interested the hammerheads will become with you. Definitely thankful for the plexiglass wall between us, that's for sure. With a morning full of aquatic adventures under our dive belts, we were then lucky enough to get an animal encounter tour where we got to meet all sorts of rainforest creatures.
All right. I know you're starting your first date, but I am going to receive him.
Aw, man.
I know.
I was about to leave with a boyfriend.
Putting your arm up just a little bit for me.
And I even got to have my very own Kristen Stewart and her sloth moment. I mean, just look how focused I am on this precious baby who just wants to be held. It's a baby. I want to hold the baby so off. He's so cute. Anyway, we had just enough time to grab one more drink before heading back to the Laguna Grill for dinner, which definitely did not disappoint. Don't be afraid to load up on the carbs and calories here. Everything from salmon to quinoa is on the menu. And you deserve it after swimming your butt off all day. We did not hold back, that's for sure. I was absolutely starving at this point in the day, and we still had one more adventure to go. Now, we weren't able to film any of this portion of our trip, but if you have ever wanted to see someone else's childhood dreams come true, then I will just leave you with these photos. By far, one of the greatest moments of my life so far, and definitely a childhood dream come true. Finally, to cap off the day, we had a final drink in the wading pools to soak off all of the excitement of the day. Would I go back? Absolutely. And if you decide you want to go too, let Carly plan your trip for free. Check out her Facebook page in the description so you can find out how you can go on this adventure of a lifetime, courtesy of Carly. Where should I travel to next? Let me know down in the comments below. If you liked this video, don't forget to flip that sub button and ring the dinner bell so you can be notified of my latest recipes and foodie adventures that I post whenever I feel like it, apparently. Head on over to the Starving Chef blog where you can find recipes based on my travels and much, much more. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.